Our favorite Mizrahi Jew, God Saad, is back. I'm a white colonizer, not a Mizrahi Jew, but our favorite Mizrahi Jew, God Saad, is back with another one. Let's take a look. I'm Tal the Traveling Clat.
Golda Meir, who was the prime minister of Israel, I think maybe the fourth from maybe 1969 to 73 or something around that. I might get the numbers wrong. She was the first female prime minister. Has a couple of quotes that really capture the dilemma in that region. One thing she said is that if the Palestinians learn to love their children as much as they hate ours or something like that, then would have peace. Maybe I botched it a bit. And the second one is that if we put down our arms, there would be a genocide. If they put down their arms, there would be peace. It has nothing to do with piece of land. It has nothing to do with contested territories. Let me break it down for you. I recently discussed this on the Joe Rogan show, but it's worth repeating here for those of you who don't watch Joe Rogan. Islam has the concept. It's a duality concept. The world is divided into two. There is Dar al-Islam and Dar al-Harb. Dar al-Islam means the house of Islam. Dar al-Harb, Harb in Arabic means the house of war. So the entire world is broken up into either blue or red. House of Islam or house of war. What does that mean? Any land that Islam conquers and then loses is forevermore canonically under the house of Islam. Any land that has not yet ever been colonized and conquered by Islam is in the house of war. It is to be conquered. That's why the end result is that Islam is peaceful, because it seeks peace through the unification of the entire world under the unifying flag of Allah. Okay? Now, in the Middle East, every single society that had existed prior to Islam has been eradicated. Right? In Egypt, Coptic Christians were the majority. Now they constitute 10% of Egypt. Okay? In Syria, there was huge Christians. Lebanon used to be a predominantly Christian country. Within my lifetime and yours, Lebanon went from being predominantly Christian to now being majority Muslim. Within our lifetime, not 500 years. What happened to the Iraqi Christians? Persia had a culture before Islam. Now it's become Islamic. So no ideology has conquered and colonized as much as Islam has. So if you're worried about the colonization of Zionism, then by any stretch of the imagination, if you're going to be logical, then you have to be worried and upset about the colonization of 56 countries that were once not Islamic. And in many cases, they became Islamized through brute force. That's why there is the sword of Islam. It doesn't capture that we're going to cut bananas together. It captures that I put the sword to your neck, and when I conquer you, I give you choices, 3 choices. Either convert or die or live as a dhimmi. Dhimmi means as a not even second-class citizen. You're a third-class citizen, right? So, for example, Jews and Christians have often been tolerated under Islamic law. So, for example, you hear about the golden period of Andalusia, right, which is in current Spain. All that means is that you are tolerated until you're not, right? But you're always walking a precarious high wire, right? On any given moment, you better put on your really fast running shoes and run really fast, because your head's going to be detached. So we lived very nicely in Lebanon until we didn't, right? And that's the history of the entire region. Now, Jews have existed in the Middle East for thousands of years before the word Islam ever came to be. So if we're going to use historical precedents, it's a game that the enemies of Judaism are going to lose. But here's what I propose. How about you teach your children that there could be people who live next to you? We can debate where we draw the line, but there is a group of people that have thousands of years of provenance to that land. By the way, Palestine, when you said Palestinians until recently, it referred to the indigenous Jews of that area called Palestine. Palestine, as you hear it today, is a concoction from the 1960s. There is no Palestinian people. They're Jordanian, they're Egyptian, right? There is no such thing as Palestine, other than it's a territory that has been mandated by different groups. A while back by the Ottomans, more recently British mandate, and so on. So imagine if we can teach the children of our neighbors that Jews have a right to exist. We can be neighbors. Let's love each other. It's perfectly natural for us to coexist. Do you think that Israel is actually interested in committing a genocide? Because if they wanted to commit a genocide, well, let's think it through. It would take well less than the time that I've been on this show today for every single Palestinian to be eradicated, given Israel's might. Is that true? Is that a true statement? It is.
Sure.
Okay. Yet they haven't done. As a matter of fact, the Palestinian population has increased fivefold. So Jews are really shit at the genocidal game because population increased fivefold, right? When the Nazis were trying to exterminate the Jews, they were trying to get rid of them. They got rid of 6 million. So the reality is that Palestinians are taught that the highest value, to speak earlier about what we were talking about, what's your value, what's driving you in the morning. There is no greater goal than to liberate all of, hence, free Palestine from the river to the sea, from the Jordanian River to the Mediterranean Sea, free of Jews. I grew up in that world. I speak to those people. I mean, now it's harder for me to speak to them in Arabic because they recognize me. But 25 years ago, when I wasn't as known and I could mix amongst the folks who speak Arabic, it was very clear. Jews are a cancer in that region, and we must get rid of them as we have all other societies.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I mean, it's me and it's him. And that's the only people talking about this. It's him and it's me. And you know what? Besides myself, I really haven't heard anybody on a professional podcast go on and say what he just said. Granted, he didn't go into as much detail as I would have liked. But if you look at my channel for more than three seconds, it's probably 1 out of every 5 videos I'm saying the same spiel. Mandeans gone, Assyrians gone, Coptic people gone, Kurdish gone. Every single country in this region has indigenous people that are being oppressed currently by the Arab Muslims. Every single person in this region. The Jews were just one of them. This is why I say, again, and I will keep saying, Mizrahi Jews at the front. Put Mizrahi Jews at the front. We have hands-on experience. We know. We lived through it. Our families lived through it. Push us to the front. Stop holding us back. Push us to the front. God said every interview. God said Piers Morgan. God said CNN. God said Fox News. You could throw Tal in there for a little bit of color. Just to fuck around. Just see what happens. I'm not saying to put SAR TV in. Abraham Hamara in. Put us in. And let us do the talking. We've had 100 years of American Jews trying to explain the Israel and the Jewish world to the people of the world, and it's not working. Mizrahi Jews now only. That's it. Finished. Just Mizrahi Jews now. It's time. God said explain this. I don't know if there's been a more, and I've reacted to hundreds of clips now. Not sure if there's a better clip. That might be the best clip I've ever seen in this whole YouTube channel reacting to stuff. That may be the best, most eloquent, most concise in 6 minutes, delivering all the talking points that need to be heard by everyone. Fantastic job. Give me 14 of them right. Fantastic. Give me 14 of them right now. I want 14 of them with sauce. Fantastic. God Saad proves again why he's a king. See you guys in the next one. Love you a long time. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.